सरोज,
यस सर।
अटेंडेंस लिए थे?
यस सर।
अच्छा ठीक है, इसका भी एक ले लेना, जिसमें हो दे देना, उसको भी कर लो क्लास, ठीक है। अच्छा, मैटलैब कौन कौन इंस्टॉल किए हो बोलो तो। हेलो।
सर हम किया है सर।
और कोई नहीं किया? हाँ, बहुत बढ़िया। तो अभिजीत।
और एक दो तो है।
हाँ बोलो,
यस सर।
क्या बोल रहे थे?
एक दो तो और है।
एक तो और है, यहाँ पे है, लिस्ट में है कि लिस्ट आज नहीं आया है?
सर यहाँ नहीं है सर।
या नहीं है, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं। जो मैंने दिया था इसमें गूगल क्लासरूम में कि बिना मार्क्स डी मार्क्स के करना, किया है, क्या हो?
नहीं सर, नहीं किया।
तो करना चाहिए था ना। क्या
सर
कर रहे हो मैं?
देखे नहीं सर
तो मैटलब देखे क्या कर रहे हो फिर?
सर देखे नहीं थे सर।
तो बोले थे गूगल क्लासरूम में जो दूंगा मैं वो देखना। एसीआर वाला सेम सर्किट, डीमार्क्स मार्क्स बास सिलेक्टर, मतलब जो अभी सर बोल रहे हैं राउटर है, वही सब राउटर ही है। वो सब छोड़ के सीधा मतलब सिंपल खाली वोल्ट मीटर एमीटर से आउटपुट सेम आएगा। ये सब मार्क्स डीमार्क्स कुछ यूज मत करना, एकदम सिंपल करके कैसे करना है एक बार करके देखना खुद से।
ठीक।
जो दूंगा मैं इसमें वो चेक करना गूगल क्लासरूम में। अगर कुछ मैं पोस्ट करता हूँ तो वहीं पे पोस्ट करूंगा ना, तो क्लास में थोड़ा ही बताऊंगा। गूगल क्लासरूम में दूंगा, सब रहेगा वहीं पे, वहीं से देख लेगा।
यस।
सर, आई हैव मेड यू द होस्ट। ओके सर।
Okay. Yes, Abhijit. What are you saying?
सर वैल्यू सर।
Value of resistance.
यस सर, रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ सोर्स।
What?
सर वैल्यू ऑफ सर लोड एंड सोर्स।
Okay. Value of load and source. See, here we are taking the source voltage to be 11 kV. Okay. And the source MVA to be 10 MVA. And the load to be, we are taking 11 kV, and the active power of the load to be 100 kilowatt, 100 kilowatts. Okay. So in that case, what we are taking, what we are getting, if we run the simulation, then we are getting the voltage and current to be like this. You can see we are getting very less current, around peak value of 7 amperes, and the voltage around 9,000 or 10,000 volts. So if we increase the load accordingly, so you please take this load, this value as reference. We are getting around 10 to 10 kV voltage, and we are getting around 7 amperes of current in the voltage, and 7 amperes of maximum current maximum current. So if I want to find out the RMS value, it will be more, it will be less than 7. Okay. So what will be if we increase the value of the load? If we increase the value of the load from 100 kilowatt to 1000 kilowatt, then what will happen? If we increase the value of load, that means the current will also increase. According to our mathematics, according to our concept of electrical engineering, or according to our concept of power system, if any source is connected with a load, then, and if we gradually increase the value of the load, then the current will increase. So initially, when we are giving 100 kilowatt of load, in that case, the current is around peak value is 7 amperes. Okay. Now I am changing the 100 kilowatt to 1000 kilowatt. Then what will be the value of the current? So as you changing the value of the load, please run again. You run again and you click on the scope, and you can see that we are getting a current of around 10 times higher. That is, before we are getting 7 ampere of the peak current. Now we are getting around 70 ampere of the peak current. Okay. And again, if we increase the value of the load from 1000 to suppose I am making this directly 10 E6, 10 megawatt. Suppose I am converted this to 10 megawatt of load. So what will happen there? If I make it 10 megawatt of resistive load, then let me check the EA. As you can see, the current is extremely high. The current is extremely high. On the other hand, the voltage are going downward. Voltage is going downward. The current is increasing at a very faster rate. Now the current is around 5. The peak value is 500 amperes. But on the other hand, you can see the voltage is decaying. Initially, we have around 10 kV, then 9 kV, then 8 kV. Now we have around a 6 kV of the voltage. Okay, so this is the thing what we are getting from a basic circuit. This we are getting from a basic circuit, and this is the way we have to demonstrate. We have to make a 3-phase circuit which is connected with a load. Now let us convert this load to a inductive load also. Suppose I am making the value of inductance to be 100 and capacitance to be 100, and suppose I am making the load value of the load to be 10 or 100 or 1000 E6, okay, or 100 E6 or E3, and I am making the QL to be 100 and QC to be 100. So we are basically making the R load to a RLC load now. Now what we are doing? We are connecting a RLC load, series RLC load. Okay, and now again let us run the simulation and click on the scope. We are getting the respective value of voltage and current. As you can see, we are taking 100 watt of inductive and capacitive load. So if we increase the active load again, then again the current will increase, and as the current will increase, after a certain value, the voltage will coming to drop. Okay. So this we are getting from a simple single 3-phase circuit in which we are connecting a 3-phase supply with a 3-phase load. Now let us do one more thing. Now let us do an example of a power system network, because as you see here, we are not connecting any transmission line. We are using the supply and load, and both are connected directly. We are not using any transmission line here. Now let us do one circuit in which we will work on transmission line. Now we will do one more experiment, and what is the additional thing we will do? We will take a supply, we will take a load, and we will take a line, and let us change the distance of the line, and let us observe what will be the effect of the receiving end voltage and receiving end current from the view of sending end voltage and sending end current if we increase the distance of the line or if we decrease the distance of the line. Okay, so what we have to do then? We have to basically implement a line. So from where we are getting the line? You are getting the line, you click on the elements And in element, you will get two types of line. One is called distributed parameter line. This is one type of line, and this is another type of line called pi section line. As you know that in transmission line, we have different types of lines, that we can have L, we can have T, we can have H, we can have pi. So you can see the L is a type of pi, but there we don't have a inductor leg, isn't it? So what is suppose pi? Pi is basically a two inductor leg with a capacitor branch, isn't it? So we can take distributed parameter line also, we can take pi section line also. Normally pi sections lines are utilized in a very near it. Okay, so you can have single phase line, you can have three phase line. As you can see, this is a pi section line, but this is a single phase pi section line. But we want a three phase line. So for that, what you have to do, we have to take the three phase pi section line. You can see here, we have a three phase pi section line also. So the difference between this pi section line and this pi section line is, this is a single phase pi section line. That is, we have a pi configuration in a single phase, and this is the three phase pi section line. Okay, so we need a three phase pi section line. So let us take this pi section line and let us break this network, because we will connect now, we will connect the load via a line. Now what we will do, we will connect the load via a line, and we will measure, and on the same time we will measure the receiving end voltage as well as the sending end voltage. We will measure the receiving end current as well as the sending end current. So definitely we need two VI measurement, VI voltage current three phase measurement blocks, isn't it? So this will measure the three phase VI measurement of SE. SE stands for sending end. And this will be the three phase VI measurement of RE. RE stands for receiving end. Okay. So we are doing only basic things. What we are doing, we are implementing one line. We are basically implementing one line in our previous circuit. So what we are doing, we are making a three phase line. And first of all, the three phase source is connected with the line via this three phase VI measurement, which will definitely measure the voltage, which will measure the sending end voltage as well as the sending end current. And then the receiving end line ABC is connected with the VI measurement ABC. And then what we are doing, we are connecting the output of the VI measurement block with this load, with this three phase load. That is A with A, B with B, and C with C. And let us first of all take a resistive load. Let us first of all take a resistive load. Okay. And as we have to measure VABC for the sending end, VABC for the receiving end, IABC for the sending end, as well as IABC for the receiving end. So we need four go-to blocks and four from blocks, isn't it? So let me copy this go-to. And we will paste it here. Again, one paste. So we are getting four go-to blocks. So let me name this as first one as go-to 1. It will be very easy, go-to 1. Then we are naming the second to be go-to 2. Then the third to be go-to 3. The fourth to be go-to 4. Similarly, we need four from blocks. So I'm copying this block and paste it here. Again, I want to paste it here. So I'm right. Let us name this as from 1. This as from 2. This as from 3. And this as from 4. Okay. basically what we need? We need 2 voltage, 2 current. So we need 4 scopes. Let me click on the scope and let me change the parameter from 2 to 4. Okay, as you can see here. So now I am connecting the go to block first of all. So I'm taking 2 go to for VABC and IABC in the sending end. Let me save this slide. Let me save this as phase pi section line 1. PPPISL1. Okay. This with this block and this with that block. Again, I am taking 2 go to 3 and go to 4 for collecting the receiving end parameters, receiving end voltage and receiving end current. Okay. Now I am connecting from 1 with the first channel, from 2 with the second channel, then from 3 with the third channel, and from 4 with the fourth channel. Okay. And let me save this slide. Let me save this as TPP-ISL1. And now we will have to make the interconnections. So what we will do, we will make the from 1 as I am making the from 1 as go to tag A, from 2 as B. Now I am writing from 3 as C. Okay, and from 4 as D. Okay, so what we will do, first of all, let us take the input voltage. First of all, let us take the input voltage. So input voltage means you can see the 3-phase VI measurement of the sending end, and we are getting the VABC. So this is the first of all we want to measure. So this is A. Okay, so this is A is connected with A. Okay, now let us see the input or the sending end current. Sending end current means this block, this is already connected with B. Okay, so that means this B is connected with that B. Now we are coming to the receiving end. For first of all, let us take for the voltage. So let us click on this and let us make this C. C means this will be in the third scope. Okay, and then the current, let us make this as D. So it will go to the last scope. So what is the sequence of the scope? First of all, we will get the input voltage, means the sending end voltage. Input means sending, output means receiving. Okay. First of all, we are getting the sending end voltage, then we are getting the sending end current, then we are getting the receiving end voltage, then we are getting the receiving end current. Okay. So now let us check the parameters. The 3-phase source has 11 kV voltage, 50 Hz frequency, and 10 MVA as the power rating, and the load to be a 11 kV, 50 Hz, and 100 kilowatt load. And the line, you can see the line. If you click on the 3-phase PI section line, you can first of all see the frequency of the line. Then you will see the resistance of the line per kilo ohm distance, reactance of the line per kilo ohm distance, and capacitance of the line per kilo ohm distance. Now, first of all, let me make this to be 100 kilometers. First of all, I am making this distance to be 100 kilometers. Okay. So we don't use any transformer here. What we are doing, we are taking a 3-phase source. We directly connect it with the VI measurement block for sensing the voltage and current of the sending end. Then we connect that to a 3-phase line of 100 kilometer length. Then at the receiving end, we again connect a VI measurement block for sensing the receiving end voltage and receiving end current. And then we are connecting the output with a resistive load, with a Y connected or star connected resistive load. Okay. So first of all, let us simulate this circuit. So you have to click on this start simulation, and a sound will come. The sound will come. That means the simulation is okay. Now we click on the scope and you auto scale it. Now please see the value of the voltage and current. The first scope is for the sending end voltage. The second scope is for the sending end current. The third scope is for the receiving end voltage, and the fourth scope is for the receiving end current. So you can see the variation. around the voltage are same, but the sending end current is quite high, just slightly high as compared to the receiving end current. Okay. So this is for 100-kilometer distance. So please note it down. Let us note down the reading in a particular table. So let us make a table. Okay. Let us make a table.
करंट का वैल्यू सर हाई क्यों आ रहा है?
Like, let us make a table first of all. You are saying something? Anybody saying something?
करंट का वैल्यू सर.
Yes.
Sir, value of current is high.
Yes.
सर क्यों सर ज्यादा?
What?
सर ज्यादा क्यों है सर करंट का वैल्यू वोल्टेज से?
देखना पड़ेगा. हम डेटा बनाएंगे, डेटा टेबल बनाएंगे तब ना पता चलेगा. डेटा तो बनाने दो. Okay.
Oh sir, 10 to the power 4 का है सर वोल्टेज पे.
One thing I would like to say personally to everybody, whenever I'm teaching something now, if you want to ask something, please raise your hand first. I will call your name, then you speak. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let me make one table, then I will make all of your doubts clear. So whenever I'm teaching, don't unmute yourself and speak, because it creates a sort of disturbance. So if you want to ask something, please raise your hand. I will ask your name, then you unmute yourself. Okay. Now let us make a table. Suppose in the table, what we are taking, we will calculate the RMS value. Okay. We will calculate the RMS value. Suppose first of all is the distance. So D stands for distance, or distance, distance of the line. Okay. Then suppose we will take the sending end voltage Vs. Okay. Then we will take sending end current Is. Then we will take receiving end voltage Vr. Then we will take receiving end current IR. Okay. Fine. So let us take, and one more thing I would like to take here, one more reading I would like to take, that is the value of the load. Suppose the value of the load in kilowatt. Okay. So, or I'm writing just as load, because sometimes we take kilowatt, sometimes we may take megawatt. So better load. Okay. So I am taking different readings. Suppose first reading, second reading, third reading, fourth reading, fifth and sixth. Okay. And now, suppose initially we are taking 100 kilometers. Initially we are taking 100 kilometer. So here, anybody of you, suppose I am calling name. Suppose Talib Ansari.
Yes, sir.
Please open your please open your calculator if you have, or mobile calculator, any calculator.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And accordingly, I will we will take, I will write. So, first of all, if we input voltage, the peak value of VS, the peak value of VS, 9,000.
What, sir?
9,000 volt is the peak value of VS.
Okay, sir.
What will be the RMS?
Sir, 6,363.
6,000.
363.96.
3.63 kV. 3.63. 36 kV. Let me make the font. Okay. Now, what is the peak value of the current? Let me check the peak value of the current. The peak value of the input current is 8.2 ampere. So what will be the value of IS? (8.2 ampere). What will be the RMS value? Talib Ansari, I think you unmute. I think you mute yourself.
Yes, sir.
What is the value? I am asking to you only.
5.79, sir.
5.7 or 5.8 ampere. Now let us take the value for the VR. The VR peak voltage is again same 9,000 means the VR will be 6.36. And what about IR? We are getting the IR as 7.5, around 7.4 or 7.5 we can take. So it will be 7.5 divided by will be 5.3. And the load we are taking here is 100 kilowatt. Okay. So this is about our first reading. Now, okay, Talib, thank you. You please mute yourself.
Okay, sir.
Now, yes, 100 kilowatt. Now what we will do, next what we will do, we will increase the distance from 100 kilometer to 200 kilometer, or I will make it 3 times higher, 300 kilometer. I am changing the value from 100 kilometer to 300 kilometer. Okay. So let us now check the value accordingly. So what we are getting? We are getting the input voltage to be around 9,000. Okay. The output voltage peak is also, I think, is at 9,000. You are getting the input voltage. Just wait. Who is unmuting? कौन अपने आप को unmute किया है? Please mute yourself. We are getting the voltage to be 9,100 peak. So 96435. If we make the distance as 300 kilometers, we are getting the input voltage to be 6.45 kV. We are getting the sending end current to be around 13.5, that is 9.54 amperes. We are getting the receiving end voltage divided by 1.414, that is 6.718, 6.718 or 76.71 kV, and we are getting just wait. So we are taking as 5.55, and we are taking the same load, that is 100 kilowatt. Now we are getting something here very interesting. What we are getting is, if we increase the distance, from 100 to 300, one interesting thing we are getting, that the sending end voltage is 6.45 kV, but the receiving end becomes 6.71 kV. Why? You can see here, the sending end voltage in the previous case is around their same, but now we are not changing the load, but we are increasing the distance. And if we increase the distance, the receiving end voltage becomes quite high, some more than the sending end voltage. Why this thing happened here? Anyone want to say why ऐसा यहाँ पे क्यों हुआ? Why? See, here what we are doing. What is the type of line? Line is a pi structure. Pi structure means we have constant L and C connected in every part of the line. Because you can see here, if we click on the pi section, then you can see the value of the resistance resistance in ohm per kilometer, inductance in Henry per kilometer, and capacitance in farad per kilometer is also given. That means if we increase the line, simultaneously the capacity values also increases, isn't it? So what we are doing, we are making the input voltage fixed, and we are making the load power also fixed. But we are increasing the distance. Increasing the distance means we are increasing the value of pi. That is, the capacitive value of the line also increases. That means this creates a type of Ferranti effect in the voltage. As you can see, I am taking this example just because in the previous lecture we had demonstrated the Ferranti effect by a very simple circuit. But now today I am taking a practical circuit in which we are taking a three-phase voltage connected to a three-phase load via a pi section line. And as we are increasing the value of the pi in the pi section line, we can see the output voltage is quite high as compared to the input voltage, and that is due to the Ferranti effect. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, there is one more question. That suppose I am increasing now in the third case, what we are doing, we are taking the distance to be same. Suppose I am taking this as 300 kilometer only. But we are increasing the value of the load. Suppose I am taking 1 megawatt load. I am taking the same distance, but I am increasing the load. Now let us see what is happening. So we will increase the load from 183 to 1E6. 1E6 is also equivalent to 100E3. So let us take 10E6. 10E6. Suppose I am taking the load to be 10 megawatt. From 100 kilowatt, I am directly increasing the load from 100 kilowatt to 10 megawatt. MW. Okay. And now let us see what is happening in the circuit. So what we are doing, we are taking the same voltage source, no change in the voltage source. We have changed the load value to be resistive to be 10. E6 stands for stands for mega. So 10 megawatt. And the distance of the line is fixed at 300 kilometer. Now let us see what is happening here. If you click on the scope, now let us measure the voltage and current accordingly. First of all, the sending end voltage. The sending end voltage is approximately 7950. So 7950 by that is basically 5.622. Suppose I am writing this as 5.622 kV or 5.62 kV. Now the sending end current from the same scope. Sending end current peak value is how much? It is about 85.5 or 86 ampere. What does 86 ampere means? Just wait. 86 ampere means 60.8 or 60.8. So this is 60.8 ampere. And receiving end voltage is how much? You can see the receiving end voltage is, I think it is not so much higher. It is around 1100. So 1100 divided by stands for 777.9 volt only. That is 0.77 kV only. Let me check. Yes, it is okay. And the receiving end current is about 90.4 or 90 divided by 1.414.